just have a huge load of fun, and they're not necessarily there to teach them how to paddle for the rest of their lives or anything like that. So Dragon Boat Canada has recognized that a lot of festivals are doing that and have come up with what's called an instructor's course. So the course is 50% steering and 50% instruction. And it's all about making sure that everybody's safe, that the steer knows how to coach, and also provide a fun introduction to dragon boating. So I think that's great, because they haven't had anything like that that's sort of perfect for the corporate, very wrecked teams. Then of course there's the coach level 1, and they've been doing a lot of revisions. By if you've taken the level 1 course, it had a little bit too much in it and maybe not enough about some of the more basic things. So they have redeveloped that as well. And there's a level 2, which is a little more competitive than the level 3, which would be the coach at a national level. They're also going to add in updates. So if you have your level 2 and you wanted to, you don't want to keep taking the course over and over again, they will have updates every year for those coaches, which they haven't had ever before. Well, not in my time anyways. They also want us to have a safe boater's license, and as of this year, the first aid requirement as well. Which is going back to the olden days when you needed to have all of your NCCP stuff, which you also then had to have your health and safety, or your first aid, which I think is great. Do we want to tell a story about that right now?
Sure we do. Go ahead.
Well, I think our most recent person who got their first aid got to use it straight away. So Dorothy, you want to talk about it? I just think it's so cool.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I was certified in my first aid. I renewed my course in April. Thank you to DASA for helping sponsor that, because I was planning on using it as being the youth program director. And some of you may know that I work at Cupper's Coffee. And I was at work one day and a gentleman collapsed at work and he went into cardiac arrest. So I used my very recent training to perform CPR on this gentleman. And I was very thankful to have that training, because it ended up being part of the procedure, along with the care of the paramedics that arrived, that led to saving his life. So he is still alive, thank goodness. A little bit beat up from some good first aid, but he's still ticking. So it was really, really affirming to be able to use that. I recommend to everyone to keep certified on your first aid. It really helps to know what you're doing.
Job, Dorothy. Thank you. That's a great story to share about having us and our coaches out in the community and doing all kinds of great things. Also from the Dragon Boat Canada, this is really cool, and I don't think that they've ever offered this before. In September and October, the national team orientations are going to be happening, and any one of us can sit in on these because they're going to share what is required. So like poor Romina, when she started trying to figure out, what does this look like? What am I supposed to do? Who am I supposed to talk to? How do I get there? They're going to do full-out orientation so that anybody can join in and actually find out what's going on in order to be on the national teams. I think that'll be something great. But the formal national team in-person testing will begin in March 2021, we hope. Actually, and the other interesting thing is Dragon Boat Canada is looking to become the Ice Dragon National Sports Organization. So that's sort of in the works as well. We did a lot of work this year with our own coaching cadre scheme, and we have lots to share about that and fitting it into the new Dragon Boat Canada they are the ones that teach us our sport end of things. So we're looking forward to rolling all of that out. We've been doing a lot of paperwork over the winter, which is great. Okay, so that was my DASA hat about that coaching. And then I'm going to put on my festival hat as well. So 2021 marks the 20th anniversary of the ATB Lethbridge Rotary Dragon Boat Festival. And this is an anticipated and exciting community celebration that recognizes the evolution and growth of the festival over the years and of the sport, quite frankly, here. The organizing committee is aware of the challenges and ability to host a festival during COVID, so we have no idea. We're early in the season next year, so the end of June. Who knows? Any one of us could guess and be right or wrong. However, this time now provides us an opportunity to reflect and plan for the continued success of the races and the festival beyond 2021. So a survey has just this week gone out to all the local Rotarians, asking for their feedback that is integral to the successful planning and participation for future festivals. So those answers are supposed to be completed by August 31st. And the organizing committee will obviously review all of those responses, and then they will get back to us. And I just filled that out yesterday, and so they're looking to see, are you still willing to participate? Are you still willing to be on the organizing committee, and all of those other kinds of questions? And what do you think the Rotary Festival brings to our community? I think the survey was done very well, and I'm looking forward to hearing what the results will be. That's all I have. Any questions?
Awesome. Thank you, Karen, so much for all of that. Up next, I believe we have Dorothy, our youth director, to give us a little update there.
This is a pretty brief update in my area, just because of, the regular reasons. I have been talking a little bit to some of the Dragon Boat Canada folks about what their youth programs look like and what that would look like for youth in Lethbridge, whether that would be an opportunity to be involved. And what I hear is that there is, it's no different for youth to be a member of Dragon Boat Canada than it is for anyone else, so that's kind of nice. But there is opportunities for 16, 18, and 24-year-olds, and they also have university and college teams. So I think that it would be an important role going forward for us to be able to support some of those people in their involvement if they'd like to. And there is some whisperings of looking to give that opportunity in Edmonton. So it might be possible for us to help support youth in Lethbridge in their endeavors to be more involved in that way. Otherwise, we'll continue with regular programming, hopefully next year, where we have our youth program that runs from ages 12 to 17. So if you have anyone that you know who's aging up into that bracket, or people that you've been, egging on in your life to get involved in dragon boats, we're more than happy to fill out that boat. It's definitely, I can't recommend it enough to get started when you're as young as possible, because that's how I got started, and look at me now. I'm involved in every area of dragon boats, and I love it. So encourage people to stay involved. It's a nice way to build community. Yeah, and they can totally email me if they have any questions at all. I have to dig up my email, but it's also on the website, so you can track me down there. I'm happy to continue to work with the youth of Lethbridge. And anyone have any questions?
I just wanted to add something that I just was heard this week also, that they are wanting Dragon Boat Canada to change a little bit of the rules for the younger sports in festival wise, so that we can accommodate a more open, not so many rigid rules. So I think we might see rules of racing come out for youth.
Wonderful, thank you, Karen.
It'd definitely be nice to see more youth involved in the festivals, because I think you just don't see them anywhere. Calgary, like Lethbridge, we had a couple at one time, and then disappeared. Edmonton, I don't think so. So it'd be nice to see some youth programs. So that'd be great.
There used to be quite a few, and I'm not sure if it's just the timing of our it's not during the summer. So once school stops, I think a lot of the programming ends in Alberta, it seems to. Or the people who were leading them, moved on.
Yeah, whatever the reason, it would be nice to have at least a good, youth race during festival.
Yeah.
So thank you, Dorothy, for that information. I'd like to move on now to team liaison, Romina.
So yeah, I guess I'm going to be just kind of talking about to start with. what we want to know is what's the best way to communicate with you? How do you guys, if you can put it in the comments, how you would like to be communicated by DASA, just to keep on top of what's going on in our community, and you know, the town hall, this is a good introduction to kind of see how many people received the notice through MailChimp. Did you guys see the Facebook? Like, how do you communicate? Do you look at your emails all the time? Is Facebook the best way? Is Twitter the best way? So, you know, go back to your teams and just ask, what's the best way to communicate, so that you can kind of stay in the loop of what's going on with DASA, because we really, really want to develop Lethbridge and just start to grow opportunity here, and just really stay connected. You know, these town halls are the beginning of that. Exactly. I mean, you know, COVID has brought this together. We don't have to travel, and you can just see everyone's great faces, you know, involved and engage with you, and just stay connected in this way. And so we want to keep running with this and try to do this on a regular basis so that we can connect more, and yeah, and just keep growing Dragon Boat in Lethbridge, because it's just such an amazing sport. We have such a beautiful area with Henderson, and, you know, an amazing team of people that just love the sport and just want to see it grow, you know, whether it's from recreation to competitive youth. We want to see everyone. Like, it's just such a great sport, and you can do it for many years. So let us know how you like to be communicated with, and go back to your teams and your people. Ask them how they want to be communicated with, and please let us know. Send emails to any of the DASA board or on Facebook, or just let someone know, please, and then we can just help you to receive the information. Okay.
I'm just,
I will just, sorry.
I was just gonna, after you're done, Romina, we've got a couple of comments on the chat for us to look at, to discuss real quickly.
Okay.
After you're done.
Sure. No, go ahead.